Welcome to New Reality Awakening, where seekers become finders and stories become transformations. Each week we open the doorway to a new vibration, sharing wisdom, healing, and awakening from the visionaries of the New Reality TV platform. We are New Reality Awakening.
Sense of soul. It's time to awaken. Today on Sense of Soul, I have Marie Diamond. She is the world-renowned master teacher of Feng Shui and the Law of Attraction. She's the host of the Marie Diamond podcast and was featured in the global movie phenomena, The Secret. Marie merges her profound intuitive knowledge of energy and law of attraction. She is a best-selling author and here today to share with us her latest book, Your Home is a Vision Board. Harness the secret manifesting power of your home. So please welcome Marie Diamond. You know, my podcast is so always aligned with my life, always. I'm actually sitting in my new space, and I have not ever had my own space. You know, I am a mother of 4, and I just have never had my own office. And so this is really exciting, and it's only been since Saturday.
Perfect timing then.
I know. Yeah, and I'm feeling so good. So I know that this is real just because of the way my body's feeling, my mind. And yeah, so I'm excited to have you on, one of the top Feng Shui leaders for our time, and amazing books. And I can't wait to hear about your new book as well. But just to start off, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you, first of all, for having me on your podcast. It's a great honor. And so, yeah, I never really planned to ever become a global renowned Feng Shui master. But, just a little bit feedback. I'm born in Belgium and in a traditional Belgian Catholic family. And the difference was with me that I was, as a child, already very clear on seeing energy and feeling what was going on around me, about spaces, about people. And so I started really very early connecting in with energy, and especially and at 7 years old, I already had a spiritual mentor, spiritual master connecting with me, and he taught me my first meditation steps. And so working with colors, the meditations were always about colors, working with rose for love and royal blue for power and confidence. And I definitely needed it because I grew up in quite a physical and emotional abusive family from my father's side. And so I needed, strength and love in many ways. But it's only when I was 15, when I had a near-death experience after an accident with a truck, that as I went to the other side, I was giving a message from beings of light saying I had to go back because I was here to enlighten more than 500 million people. So I woke up with that message. Of course, as a 15-year-old, I had no idea what that meant. I would say today I would start a podcast, or a TikTok account or something, right? But at that time, the only thing I thought was I need to be more of service in my community. That was for the church, for youth movement. So I tried to be making a difference in whatever way I could. And then a few months later, when I reconnected with my spiritual teacher, I asked him, so why did that happen? Like, what did I do wrong? I mean, I was already meditating. I was already trying to be a really good human being. And he just said, with a little smirk, like, you had bad feng shui. And I was like, what is that? Right. And, again, Catholic European country, nobody talked about Feng Shui. And I went to research it in the library. Of course, there's no books about this is before internet, couldn't find anything. And so he told me that the place where I slept was really bad luck for me. And to be honest, when I looked at my life, it was. I had several accidents, one that almost killed me. I had no friends. I was bullied severely at school. I was very lonely. I was sick all the time. And that was actually on the north side of the house. So there was no sunlight coming in. So he suggested I would move to another space, and my brothers already have left our home. They're much older than me. So I asked if my parents if I could have the western room where there was sunlight coming in the whole afternoon. And I changed the colors. He gave me some colors that would be better for me, and one would be orange and peach, what I still do till today in my office because it's a good color for me. It makes me always joyful. And so I started drawing images of things I wanted. Like I created a three-dimensional vision board because what I had before were, not images that were connect with me. It was just, not positive. And so I draw images of romance, images of friends. And before I knew it, I started having friends. The bullies stopped bullying me. That was huge for me. And I started having my first boyfriend. And I was like, suddenly from being a really looking back, a depressed child, I was a very happy young teenager, right? And that is when he said, later on, I will come back to you on this. So I moved forward in my studies. I became a lawyer. I did criminology and did business management. And so I started really working for the government of Belgium and then later for the European government. And at 31, I was like, you know what? I will start a consulting company. And as I was working with people, consulting them, I started teaching them meditation because I felt they were so stressed because I had been meditating for so long. And I started giving them some basic tips on Feng Shui. And before I knew it, I was like, more and more people were asking me about it. So I attracted a Feng Shui grandmaster and I started studying with him in Malaysia. And that is where I really found my passion. Right? I mean, first of all, I was accepted as a student because that was not easy at that time. And I was his first European student. And it was like, for me, it was like, oh my God, this is what I'm here for. I just loved it. I understood it. Even if I'm from another culture, right? It was like, I have lived this for years. Every moment I studied something, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. So before I knew it, I would start teaching, consulting people. I got my master's certification. And that is how I ultimately started sharing this information. And then when I moved to the US, I, of course, practiced my feng shui for my own home. And as I then created my first home in San Francisco, I lived at that time. Within a year, I was invited to speak and being part of a transformation leadership council. Was a mastermind created by Jack Canfield, where all the great ones in transformation are part of. And I was a total unknown person, to be honest. I still got accepted because I mentored a lot of these people. So I was their mentor, I was their feng shui master. So they knew my gift. And then that's where I was filmed in The Secret. And of course, The Secret made me very well known all over the world. And that's how now I have more than 2 million online students on feng shui and energy work and, became a global bestselling author. And I'm very excited to keep sharing it here now today on your Sense of Soul podcast.
Unbelievable. I love your story. I actually listened to your YouTube channel this morning as I was sitting outside having my coffee, usually where I meditate in the morning and or mindfulness, whatever happens. And you told the story about how you were little and how you changed your space and it changed you. And it made me think of my youngest, who is now 12. She went through this period where, like, every 6 months, she wanted to change her room. And she wanted to change, like, everything, like the colors, the style, this, where everything was arranged. And she's a very inward person, and her room is her sanctuary. And so even though people were looking at me like, this is crazy that you're actually going to continue to do this, but her room means so much to her. I mean, I have 4 kids. I mean, my other kids are like, whatever, right? But because it meant so much to her, I kept going. And right now this is the longest she's ever kept anything, but it's been over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's perhaps practicing her soul purpose, right? For later on doing artistic work, interior design, perhaps feng shui. It's just like, I do believe that children are practicing already their purpose. The parents don't always see it yet, but I think it's lovely that you honor that in her.
But it does change your mood. It changed her mood. When she was uncomfortable in her room, she would reach out to me. And when we got it comfortable, there was like this big sigh of relief and like,
Yeah, I have a home, right? So it's so important that people don't always understand the impact that a home, a living space has on you, right? So that was one of the first things I learned from my grandmaster, that there's 3 aspects to manifestation. The first one is to connecting with your spiritual self, what we call spiritual luck. And that is through perhaps meditation, taking time for yourself, prayers, walking in nature, like contemplation, really connecting inward, right? And so that's what we call also the part of your soul purpose. Tapping into that could be your karma, your spiritual lessons. Now, can we change that? Yes, we can change that, but it's a longer process. It's like your awakening journey, right? It's not going overnight. Yeah. So the second part is working with your human self, and that is your mindset, that is your behavior, those are the actions you take. This is something we are more in control over, but it still asks a lot of discipline, right? To be always positive thinking, to always feel grateful, to take always positive actions towards your goals. I mean, it's still a process that is longer, and it requires daily adjustments, right? And then the last part is what we call the environment, the earth energy. And so that is where your environment, where you sleep, where you are living, where you are working, is actually subconsciously affecting you. And we do feel that, like your daughter felt that. Yeah. She was like, this space is not good for me, right? And so and that's what I think a lot of women do also. Like, it doesn't feel good. They start cleaning, they start changing things around, they put fresh flowers up, they start decluttering. They feel that the vibe is dead, the vibe is not great. Yeah. And then they change something. What they're doing, they're creating energy. They're creating a flow. There's something moving. And what they're moving outside of them, they're moving inside of them. And so as they're doing that, what happens is that they're changing that earth energy, and they're changing subconsciously their mind and how they feel and what they do things. And so that last part is the easiest to change, right? So once you have set it up and once you keep it regularly in place, like you keep the cluttering, you keep making sure that everything looks beautiful, and there's still a flow, but it's literally, you don't have to do it all the time. Yeah. But the impact of it is immediate. Yeah. And is really profound. And that's what I experienced at 15, what your daughter experienced, and what a lot of people experience when they sometimes live in a house and they're like, yeah, things are going well. They move to another house and, like, finances are worse, or there's more conflict, or vice versa. Sometimes they move into a better house, right? So that's why you see that with companies or shops. Um, it's possible they put a restaurant in, that restaurant doesn't work well. They try another thing, it still doesn't work because the location is off. There's something with location is everything, but also what's inside the location. What are the colors? What are the images? Right? And so you can adjust that. So that is what I do. And what I teach people is that it's very personal. Yeah. And that's based on your birthday. We're going to go into that.
Oh.
And it's all because your soul comes in at a certain time in our earth energy, like it lands on the planet, lands, at that time, right? And so based on that, people can find out and they can download a free Mary Diamond app. And so they put in their birthday and they have to put in their birth gender because it's also connected with your DNA, if it's a male or female DNA. Even whatever you choose later on or whatever is aligned with you later on, it's connected with your original DNA. And so what happens is that you then create a calculation and you get an energy number between 1 and 9. And so that will indicate, I'm just opening my app, that will indicate that you have a number. Yeah, my number is 5. It means I'm a connector. And then people will see a compass, the diamond compass, and it indicates 4 directions that have good energy for you. And mine is Southwest. So for the rest of my life, it's Southwest, has my success and money energy. And so what I do then, I suggest people to hold on the compass. Yeah, this is your personal compass. And what's in your success direction in your office? Yeah, so you hold it in the center of the space. Yeah, hold the level of your heart. So it's really connected with who you are. And like in the Southwest, for me, I put there my books, I put there my awards, I put there my vision board, my journal, any symbol of success, because that is actually where the wind of success, the energy flow of success comes into your space. Yeah. So you also have one for relationships. So in my relationship direction, it's actually over there. I have a picture there of my family, my team. I have a image there of my high-end clients. I have a globe there because I have students in more than 190 countries. So how can I represent them except by a globe? So I would suggest for you, Shanna, to have this global audience. Put a globe in your relationship direction. And so you put things out, and as you're doing that, you're actually subconsciously giving yourself a message that it's okay to receive that positive wind. Yeah. And so that's the first step I always suggest people to do in their bedroom, in their office or workspace. Even if it's in your living room, you can still work with that. And also in, the area where you spend the most time, like 3 to 5 hours a day or nights. Yeah. So you don't activate really your kitchen because, you don't activate your bathroom because, it's not where you spend 3 to 5 hours a day, right? So we don't do that. And then one of the other very important tips is that wherever you're sitting, you need to see the flow of energy coming into your space. And that's the first thing I changed literally in my new space, in my new bedroom, is that I put my bed and I put my desk in such a position that I could see if my parents would come in to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because we don't want to look out of the window, like the windows are behind me. I'm not looking at the windows because the door is over there. So if my husband brings me a cup of tea, right, I literally see him coming. So when you see the people coming into your space, that's both in the bedroom, like when you wake up, you see somebody coming in. When you're sitting somewhere, the door where people use to come in, right, or the entrance, that will actually put you in what we call a power position. Your brain will actually go into an alpha frequency, and you are seeing more the opportunities that come to you. If you're sitting with your back to the door, yeah, or like you're sitting facing a wall or you're facing a window, nobody can sit on the other side. Yeah, like your audience cannot be there. You cannot see your audience coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can say, well, I see the window, I see the street. Yeah, but they're not coming through your window, right? So they will use the door. So sometimes people want to see the view and see the door. Yes, you can position yourself this way. And then
Okay.
if that's an extra thing you can do, is when you look at your four good directions, trying to face one of your good directions, if possible. It's not always
Okay.
possible. Like right now, I'm facing my health direction. If I would face my success direction, the door would be behind me, so I cannot do that. Yeah. So if you face one of your good directions, again, your energy will go into positive creative frequencies. If you face one of the directions that it shows empty for you, you will go into beta, you will go more into fear, you won't concentrate so well, you will not have all this wonderful things manifesting for you. So these are like some basic things that people can do literally by using my app. And of course, then they can go into getting more my books and seeing how the books are actually always leading you step by step through the system. Yeah.
This is unbelievable. So I'm a 9,
Okay. Wonderful. You're the healer. Yeah.
and my success direction is east, which is
Yeah.
this way towards my window. So if I did go towards my window, then I'd be opposite of my door. So right now I'm in between them.
Correct. So what you're doing right now, you're facing north. So if you click on your compass, the north should be your
Oh, I'm
relationship.
facing relationships. Okay.
So in that sense, that's very good because you're connecting with your audience. Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're in a relationship, right? So
Okay.
that's super good. I don't know if you see clear enough your door though.
Yeah, it's equal with
So,
me.
yeah. So one of the things I always suggest to people, when you have to move your head, yeah,
Yes.
then you're not in the right position.
Right.
Yeah. So for you, it would be better that you
Mhm.
would sit in the north facing
Yes.
south, who is a very good direction for you, right?
Yeah.
And you would
Yeah.
see more, you will increase your business, you will increase your popularity, you will increase people seeing you because if you can't see people, people can't see you.
I see. This is so exciting because I'm not attached to anything because I just moved in.
Yeah,
So
I love that. Yeah. And so you can then put also behind you, I think there's a wall there, right? Can you put that in the north wall?
I have a chair rail over on the other side.
Just play with that, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about facing a good direction and seeing the door. Then you need to activate the east for you as your success direction. So the question
Okay.
is, what is in the east right now? Yeah.
And the east is the window.
Okay, so it's a window, but it's not activated. Yeah. So
Okay.
east for you, it would be good to put a plant there, like a plant like that I have here, round leaves. Yeah. Something growing, or you put a
I do have
table
a plant.
there.
I have a plant
Okay,
in the
beautiful.
east.
Yes, very good. Because it shows growth, but perhaps you can put also a table there with, I don't know, some books of success or something connect with your podcast, Sense of Soul, like literally frame that and put that there, even if it's on a table. If you have awards or anything connected with that, right? Feng Shui is like the energy system of the home, like we use acupuncture or Qigong or Tai Chi. So we're activating certain areas like acupuncture spots. Yeah.
Mm.
Then as you place there certain things, it's like your subconscious mind is connecting with it and it's happening more and more. So I just give you an example, right? I put in my relationship direction, I had like because I work with some Hall of Famers in sports. Yeah. So I put the word Hall of Fame there, like with some pictures of my Hall of Famer athletes. But and sometimes it doesn't even dawn on you what it creates. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was just receiving the message 2 days ago. I was accepted in the Hall of Fame of speakers.
Wow.
Right?
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it was really interesting. It's like you put something out, and it's like that's what happened to me when I put in my success direction in 2001. I put my vision board and I put a little post-it note on that vision board that said, I'm going to be in a movie seen by millions of people that transforms the world. It was like a message, right? And I put an Oscar, a fake Oscar out there with the name Marie Diamond. Because I thought, like, what's a symbol of a good movie? Right? I didn't know, was I going to be an actress or a producer? I had no idea, right? I just got that message. So, of course, I went into the Being and the Secret and more than 15 other documentaries since then and having my own TV show. But it was like as Marie Diamond, as myself, right?
Yeah.
But the funny part is that I put that Oscar there. So the universe was picking that up. So within a month, I got my first Oscar winning client. Yeah. So the universe reads very precise. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was putting that there, many years later, I started looking and I only had one Oscar winning clients. Like not 2 Oscars, not 3 Oscars. So one movie, I got myself 2 other fake Oscars, put it in my success direction, and a week later, I was in the home of Steven Spielberg that had 3 Oscars at that time,
Oh my gosh.
right? And out of the blue, they called me. Like, I don't do marketing. That's just word of referral. Now he has 4 Oscars, so guess how many Oscars I have in my success direction? I have 4 Oscars. Yeah. Because I have to keep up with my clients.
God, that's so amazing. Wow. So where were you putting your Oscars? In what direction? In the
I put
east?
it for me in my success direction.
Oh,
So
in
for
your
your that's
success
east, for
direction.
me it's southwest. Yeah. But let's say there are some people you would love to interview, right? So let's say you want to interview some famous people that you're reaching out for your podcast. What you can do, you can create a collage, literally of pictures, put that in your success or relationship direction, both will be fine. Or you can put the books of them out. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for example, I had a book of Jack Canfield in my relationship direction. Now, I had no idea who that man was, but somebody had gave me that book. And like literally 3 months later, I was in his home doing his Feng Shui. Yeah.
What?
So and he's
Ugh.
a Korean for more than 20 years. So it is very interesting how precise, yeah,
Mm,
the universe reacts to it. But can you think how precise the universe has been reacting to the wrong information you have
right.
placed around you? So if you
Mm,
put in without knowing, you created clutter, chaos in your health direction. And you feel like it's very hard to really have good energy for you. Well, it's possible your home has been sending that message to your body. Yeah, create a little bit of chaos, right? Because there's chaos there. Yeah. But if you then declutter it and you start feeling better and you're like, or you find the best doctor for you or the best healer. So everything around you is a subconscious message. And if you can make sure it's all aligned with
mhm.
your goals, with your vision, your home is having 33%, 1/3 of your manifestation power. And it's something you can change very quickly. And I've seen so many times people have results within 10 days. Some things start shifting very quickly. Sometimes the day after, they text me like, Marie, my boss was never addressing me, was always looking down on me. He started complimenting me. Within a week, I got a raise. I got another job. It's like the magic that you've created in your mindset already, in your soul, in your heart. It sometimes cannot manifest because your home, the space where you live and express yourself, is telling a different story.
Oh my gosh, you have me freaked out. My worst closet ever is in smack in the health.
Oh, wow. And how has your health been?
Well, yeah, I have had some gut issues, and that's like the root of all of your health.
Yeah. So
Okay, cleaning out the closet today.
let let go of things. I always say to people when you go into closets, let go of things that are broken. Let go of things that are not your size anymore. You can say, well, one day I'll get back to that size. Let's be honest. Once you're in that size, you will want to buy no clothes. Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So just let go of at least 20%. Yeah. Create flow. 10% is sometimes not enough. Give away to charity. Perhaps there's some friends that said, like, oh, I love your green shirt. Well, pass it on if they want to, right? Organize it, declutter it. Yeah. Because once you do that, it's like you're decluttering your gut at the same time. You're decluttering your. And so a lot of people, when they start doing Feng Shui the first days, I always say drink a lot of water because there's a detox effect happening in people's body because it's like acupuncture in your energy field
Yeah.
will be creating a change in your body. Your mindset will be stronger, your focus will be more aligned, your body will feel like it's like let's be honest, when as people when we are like your house is a mess and you clean up, you feel better, you know? Your mood is better. But what if it's more than your mood? Perhaps it's also affecting your energy fields. Yeah.
Yeah.
And energy is everything. And it's also for your body. Yeah. So
Yeah.
literally, that's one of the things I taught my kids early on when there was a mess to let them feel like, feel it, but
Yeah.
feel
Feel it.
when it's a mess. Yeah. Right.
Doesn't feel good.
Right. And so I have two grown up men. Oh my God. Their partners are so lucky because they are men that are so neat and clearing everything up because I trained them to understand and feel what chaos did to themselves.
All right. Where's my kid? I'm gonna go get my sons.
What is really fun because it's an app and children love this kind of
Ah,
thing, right?
oh my God.
Is to teach them where their directions are, and you will see there's a possibility to check other people's directions. Yeah. Um,
Oh.
and at least to say you cannot have clutter in the directions that are positive for you.
Okay.
Okay. So start somewhere. Yeah. If they say, like, well, I'm bullied at school, I don't have friends. Okay. Let's look at your relationship direction. That corner there, there's no clutter there. That's not possible. Okay? So let them teach step by step. And I have to tell you, I work with thousands and thousands of people that have children. They have seen the shift that it creates because now they have a little tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Use and they can download on their own app. Yeah.
You know what? So I also have ADHD. My daughter does. I have a son who's on the spectrum. So we all kind of, it's interesting because it's like one of those things where my house may look clean, but don't look in any drawers or cupboards. I shove it all in there and I got way more junk drawers than anyone should. And it really is junk. How many, pens and pencils that don't even work that are in those drawers?
The good part is that what you don't see, whatever you put away, your brain doesn't register. Okay.
Mhm.
So it's better to put it in a closet and so your brain doesn't see it. What it sees if you, for example, come into the dining room and it's full on the table or in the bedroom, it's full of stuff on the bed next to the
Hey,
bed.
you've been to
That's
my
not a-
house?
that is not okay. So I always say to people, look, it's better to put it away, and then later on when you find time to really go through it. And I have a very good system that I describe in my books. It's called a 5-box system, and also to get a declutter buddy, somebody that sits with you and says and asks you the question, do you need that in the next year? It's not about, does it bring you joy? Because a lot of things bring me joy, to be honest, right? So, but to stay practical. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's broken. Okay, let it go. Is this something that in the next year I want to keep? Practical, but sometimes it's a memory and you want to pass this on. Okay, put it in a memory box. Like get a box like all my kids have and myself a memory box. Yeah. Things that
Yeah.
treasures, But when the box is full, they have to go through the box and let go of a few things. There are some ways to deal with it that are very practical. Yeah. But if you can't do it right now, it's better to hide it. Yeah. So that your brain doesn't see it.
Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. And I needed you so much today because, you know, as I moved into this room, what I created. That was what was in this room, right? I mean, I created a mess in the hallway,
Mhm.
right? So now I'm like, ooh, I don't want to think about what's outside of this room because this room is amazing. But, my oldest daughter moved out. So my son that was in this room moved into her room. And so there was a lot of decluttering though. As you move, when you move, you have an opportunity to get rid of a lot of things, which is, a good thing. And we haven't moved in a long time. So it is an opportunity to get rid of shed some of the junk.
It is. And, it's because before we know it, we accumulate so much,
Yeah.
right? And I always say to people, don't wait once a year, do that regularly. So we have it
Yeah.
at the house every few months. We're going through our stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we make it like a fun day, right? And if we get everything done that day, we go out for dinner. It's like we celebrate after that. Like, and my daughter is very hard in decluttering. She's not good at that. So I'm with her and I'm like, I ask her the questions. I have no judgment, right?
Right.
I
Yes.
am totally in a field of observation. And I'm saying to her, so this is the pack to give away. This is broken. This is perhaps you want to sell that on a vintage app, right?
Yeah.
Make money. Why not? Right? Perhaps this is to give to some of your friends and this is the one you want to keep. Yeah. And like, or is it something you want to store? Perhaps it's summer and winter clothes and so on. And so I just give her the packages and she just like throws things on. And if she's not sure, I said, well, try it on. Or I ask her the question, do you use that for the next year? Yeah, not really. So the fact that somebody asks you that question, right? Will you use that or in the next summer, if it's summer clothes and it's getting winter, will you use that again? Not really. Okay, then, right? But it's not going into judgment. And people have stories with things like, oh, but I bought this in I don't know which country, or I got and like, great. Is that perhaps something you want to treasure? Yeah. You want to keep it in your treasure box. Oh, yeah, I want to keep it in my treasure box. Okay, great. So you just play with that, but it's good to have somebody with you. But sometimes as a mother, it's not so easy when you have your children, but you have to really stay in that state of mind. One of the things that always help when you need to declutter, because where's clutter and chaos, the air is stale. It's like this heaviness. Yeah. Is to
Yes.
lavender mist, yeah, or spread lavender mist first in that area. When you do lavender, it's like your brain, the fog opens up and the air becomes more pure. If you don't like lavender, do pine or any other sense that you really love being in, right? Everybody has their personal sense.
Mm.
Lavender is a good one. And so as you're doing that, and you're like, oh, the air is less stale. It's easier to declutter. And declutter not in the evening because it's very hard. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you keep having this chaos in your mind and you won't sleep well. So declutter, I would say before 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. I love that. I wanted to show you my room.
Yes.
My thought was is I wanted to be really in that divine feminine energy.
I love that, but there's something, first of all, that I don't like, and that
Okay.
is that woman is looking uh, with her back to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is actually what I talked about in the movie The Secret, that there was this man and he had this exact image everywhere. Yeah. So it's like somebody is saying, "Ugh, I'm not sure if I'm interested in you." Right.
Oh my
So
God.
people are not looking at you, right? They're looking away from you. So that's not a good symbol for your
Okay.
clients and podcast listeners
Right.
and viewers, right? So
Never.
it was the woman that is not interacting with you. Yeah.
I'm
Now,
bringing it back.
please do, because it's not a good thing. I don't know which direction that is.
Yes. In
Is
relationship.
That's what I was thinking. So you're saying by myself. Yeah. So if you're in business or in a bedroom, you cannot have images like this. You're single, you're vulnerable, you're nude, right? Now, nudes can be very nice, but that is specific image is a no-no in a business and in a bedroom.
That.
If you want to stay single,
Ah,
hey, keep going.
oh my God. I'm so grateful that um this is my other wall that's behind me.
Yeah.
And I
So
dedicate like specifically like this whole shelf behind me is all of my ancestry because that's what I do. I'm a genealogist and
I
I
love that. And that's in the South, and in the South is definitely that's a good direction for you to place things like this, because the South is your wisdom direction. Yeah.
yeah,
For you, right? For somebody else, it's something else, but for you, it's wisdom.
right.
So your wisdom comes from your ancestors too, right?
Oh
So I
yes,
love
yeah.
that. Yeah. So perhaps what you can do is keep a part of the bookcase because there are three bookcases. Yeah.
Yeah,
Put that and activate the south. Yeah.
yeah.
And then perhaps take one of the bookcases where there are books on success and health and I don't know, good things that connect with your business perhaps, and put two of them behind you. Where the
I
woman,
art.
yeah, and get rid of that. So I love that we're just doing feng shui on the spot.
I divinely manifested you.
You did. Now, there's one other thing I saw in your, if you can get back to the bookcase.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things you have there is a big vase with dried up stems. Yeah.
Oh yes, yes. It's like they're like
So
gold.
it shows dead energy. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Right. So remove that. Never have dead plants and
Okay.
dead flowers, potpourri, things like this, or leaves in your house or in your, especially where you work, right? Because you're saying it's dead energy, right?
Yeah.
This
Yes.
needs to be alive. So you have a beautiful plant there. That I love that, right? So there's on the other side, there's a plant that's very spiky, like next to your
That
bookcase,
is a
the
palm.
ground.
Yeah.
Again, that is something we don't say that's positive because it's spiky, it's attacking, it's criticizing energy. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
What about a bamboo? Because I have a bamboo
yeah, a
over here.
bamboo is the exception. A bamboo is considered positive because it grows so fast. But that plant that you have is like all knives. It's like long
Right.
knives. Yeah.
Yep.
So that will affect your well-being, your health, the harmony in the space. Yeah. So get rid of dead leaves, dead stems, and spiky, really super spiky plants.
That's amazing. I'm blown away and I am so grateful. I cannot tell you how grateful I feel right now. I mean, I did not know any of this. I was just thinking about directions, and I'm almost opposite of where I need to be.
Well,
So, yeah.
were in a good place in the sense that you were able to see towards your relationship direction, but you're not in a power position. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if for you, and I work with a lot of podcasts, I think I've done 500 podcasts over the years. And many times after a podcast, they ask me to show what they have to change. And I have a few that really blew up after my advice. But they never asked during. And I love the fact that we're looking
Ah,
right away. Yeah. And so that is literally going to support you because I'm telling you, I all the things I've done in my life, and I became quite well known and, have a lot of students, I have great social media. I have never used paid marketing.
well, yeah.
If you're in the right flow, yeah,
Mhm.
your home is supporting you and your business place is supporting you. It's like I get all the time these opportunities. It's like I'm in such a right flow. People saying, "What? How did you get from being a Belgian lawyer to become one of the best speakers in the United States on manifestation and on Feng Shui?" And I'm like, I just use good Feng Shui.
I love it. I love it. You're amazing. I have had just such a great time with you, and I've learned so much. I'm going to bring that painting back because I still have the receipt because
Oh, good.
everything is, new. Everything is new. I'm going to get rid of that plant and those dead branches. Yeah.
Clean up the hallway.
Yes. And also that closet that's in my health spot in
Yeah.
my house. Well, I have a busy day. Thank you.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't have to all be done at once. Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I would change your office because that's where the energy needs to be strong, right? Then I would look at your closet to make sure your health is doing better, right? And look in every place, especially your bedroom, what is there right now in your health direction? Because at night, our health needs to re energize. Yeah. So I was talking to somebody this week and they had the laundry basket in their health direction. Yeah. So they throw all the time their dirty clothes in their health direction. Yeah, that's not a good symbol. Yeah.
That's the closet in my bedroom.
Okay, so make sure it's always closed, and if you open it up, it's organized. Yeah? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So tell me about your new book.
Yeah.
Let yeah, talk
Super
about this.
excited about that. So my new book is coming out now in October. Your Home is a Vision Board. This is published by Hay House. And so what we talk about in the book is, first of all, a little bit my story, how each home, I use that home as a vision board. And then we go very practical using the app also for people to go step by step to activate their success, their money, their relationships, their health, their inspiration, and to really make sure that their home, they become aware of it. Yeah. Because sometimes people are not even aware. They have put things up, like you did this image of this woman, right?
Ah,
You're not even aware of it, right?
nope.
Until somebody points it out. So we kind of guide people through becoming aware that it's not just a vision board on paper. And I'm actually teaching in the book how to create a vision board on paper that is based on their birthday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's also even on paper, you can do it based on your feng shui. And then where to hang the vision board. And then as they're making that paper vision board, from there, we're going to expand it to your home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because sometimes people don't know where to start in their home. So if they know they're written down their goals and they're clear what are the best colors for it, and then they can look at like, oh, South is where my inspiration is, my wisdom is. These are my goals for my soul, for what I want to do spiritually or energetically. Oh, now I have that on paper. Let me go and see if it reflects back in the bigger space. Yeah. The space where I live, sleep, and work in. And so that is how we work into the home as your vision board. So very practical. So even for people that are not even aware of Feng Shui, but are into the law of attraction or into manifestation, this book is just an amazing book for them because they expand their view on what they have surrounded themselves with. That has been affecting them 33% of their results. So a lot of people hit a ceiling with their vision board or their goals, and they're like, why is it not happening? Right? That's the exact question that people like John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, Jack Canfield, Marianne Williamson, very well-known author, you know, Bob Proctor, the late Bob Proctor, they were asking me, Marie, I'm hitting a ceiling, right? Mm. And even the producer of The Secret, Rhonda Byrne, Marie, The Secret is not working for me, right? But because The Secret is also in your home. Yeah. So the law of manifestation, the law of attraction, whatever is around you or subconsciously, and we know your subconscious is 95% of a manifestation. So it's not just the affirmations and all the goals and all the actions you take, but everything around you has been influencing you. And it's possible that has been telling a complete different story than the goals and the vision you have for yourself. Now, I'm telling you who will win. It's your home that will win because it's bigger, it's stable, it is there all the time. So I have an image there, and you have a plant there, or you have a wrong nude woman in front of you, right? That is actually there 24 hours a day. Even if you're not there, it's still in your quantum physics field. It will be the one that will be the strongest message to the universe. Because if you do an affirmation or you do a meditation, it's perhaps a few minutes a day, or you're writing in your journal for 15 minutes. The rest of your day, it's not been activated, but your home is activating you all the time.
I mean, and needing to be intentional about everything you decide to put in your space.
Yeah.
I mean, just bringing us to a place of being more mindful and present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
So magical.
Yeah, it is very magical. And that's what I have seen over the years. Of course, I am a manifestation teacher and I speak for, big audiences about that. And they all get this aha moment because they go home and they get the app and they're like, oh my God, of course things could manifest. I have in my bedroom 5 images of single women or men. So I'm giving myself permission to stay single, right? So it's everything around you is a vision board. And that's what the book is about.
Well, here's a good thing about this office. Where success is exactly where this office is in when you look at my house.
Oh, good. So you're in the east section of the house.
I'm right in the middle of my house in the east.
Okay, very good.
So exactly where it is. Yeah, so that's a good
that's
thing.
amazing.
Instead of, the girl who's turning away from me, and I'm so thankful. When can I get this book?
And the 15th of October, it comes out. And if you go to Amazon, you will see there's a lot of other books from me that you also then can purchase. And I'm looking forward to see the changes in you, Shanna,
Yes.
and your family.
Thank you so very much for all that you do.
And good luck with your podcast. And thank you for doing this podcast and supporting so many people worldwide. Thank you for that.
Thank you. And everyone can go to your website, which is
MarieDiamond.com. And then, of course, they can go to my social media. It's Marie Diamond Official. And they have on Instagram every few days tutorials. There's also a podcast, The Marie Diamond Show. They can go to the YouTube channel. There's a lot of free information available. So there's no excuse to not start with Feng Shui.
All right. Thank you so much. You are the secret within the secret, for sure.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.